I think we're in what I call the first wave of a major bubble crash. And it does tend to be anywhere from 28 to 50%, average 41% in the first several months. So I think we're in that, and I think we're just taking a bounce, and we have one more wave down of that. So we might see closer to 40% on the NASDAQ. Right now, the NASDAQ's been down 32% at worst, the S&P 21%. I do think the NASDAQ could get closer to 40% by mid-July. So I think we probably have one more wave down of this. Now, that's important because that confirms that we've seen a top. Once you see a crash in this 30 to 40% wave after a bubble like this, that's what it takes to break a bubble, by the way.
Sure.
20% doesn't do it. And that's why the S&P is not broken yet. But I think the NASDAQ and the Russell 2000 are. But one more downturn would really confirm this to me. And then the rest of the trajectory, you'll get a bounce after that, and then it'll go down for a couple years more in a more predictable manner. It'll just keep dribbling down. Well, that the next boom, it will be the millennial boom. It's not as big a boom. It's not as long a boom. It'll be from 2024 roughly through 2037. The baby boom was from 1983 through 2007. So that was much longer, much bigger ride, much larger generation relatively. So this downturn is likely to bottom somewhere around late 2023, early 2024. Now, they pushed it back so much, it may take longer, but the next boom should be in that time frame, 2004 to 2037. So that's when the stock markets will be moving up on their own from fundamental health of the next generation spending. Ever since 2008, it's been all stimulus. We would be lucky at the top of the millennial boom in 2037 to get back to these levels. I don't think we will, because this has been in a bubble era, like in the roaring 20s, where valuations are just much higher. And this has been an everything bubble. Real estate, stocks, commodities, gold, even gold. People say gold is the answer. No, gold bubbled even more than stocks. And commodities have been crashing and will crash more. So I think at best we get back to January 4th levels, 2037. And more important, by then, the U.S. has seen its what? We don't have. Births went down after 1990 and continue down. We don't have a generation to follow the millennials yet of any size.
That's right.
And the millennials are like a 5-foot wave compared to the baby boom 10-foot wave. So this next boom won't be as strong, but it will last a long time. We can invest for the long term if you call the long term 2037, starting around 2024.
Got it.
Well, someone's got to be the contrarian here, guys. And so I'm going to go out on a limb because I know we're going to be talking to Harry between now and the end of the year again. But I'm going to say we close at 49.50 on the S&P at the end of the year, as long as oil stays under 125. I think inflation is going to moderate organically more than we realize because of the pullback from stimulus. OPEC is going to open up the floodgates to keep oil prices where they are, because anything over 125 crushes demand. And so if that happens,
Harry, straighten them out for me, please.
Yeah, I do not. I think we have made a high. I will confirm that 90-some% if we get one more downturn and go a bit lower. I think we have seen the high. I do not think we will see a new high for so long. It's not even worth talking about. I don't think we're going to go back to the highs by the end of this year. I think we're going to see this first wave down into July. We're going to have a bounce for a few months, retrace maybe 30-40% of that at best, get nowhere near the highs. And then when we face another big wave down, I think this is it. They have put this off forever. The truth is we should have had a bigger crash in 2008, should have lasted into 2010, gone much deeper. And then we'd have had a rebound in 2019, and we should have had a second crash, Great Depression crash from 2020 into now, and we're just topping recently. So they pushed this back so far. I think we don't see a new highs in real estate, maybe ever, and in stocks. I think we'd be lucky to get back to these levels of 2037. I would bet that we don't even get back to these levels in my lifetime.
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information. And it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
I have bad news for you. If you're not rich by now, you're screwed. And if you're in debt, you're even double screwed. How so, you might wonder? Well, the sad truth is that you're working your whole life to make someone else rich. The mega corporations, the banks, the politicians, everyone is getting richer. They get your money. And what is even worse, they get your time, they get your life. You are not even in a rat race, you're in a financial prison. But what could a solution for you look like? Honestly, I don't know, but I know what a solution for me would look like. It's very simple. I use whatever money I have and I multiply it with 1,000. This could make my life much easier and probably yours as well. If you have $1,000 available and multiply this with 1,000, I believe that this could solve some financial issue for the one or the other. Of course, if you're ugly, you would have to multiply it with much more than 1,000. My name is Markus Dahn, and this is what I decided to do. I decided to 1000x my money. This is not a joke. I know what you may be thinking. What is this guy talking about? How should this work? This is not possible. Well, I made a detailed video where I laid out my plan. And some clever folks might even want to look at this plan and copy it and do exactly what I do. This is just a little hint on the side. You have two options. You leave, you forget what you have seen. You do whatever you're doing and you hope that somehow you get some other results. Good luck with that. Or you click the link below the video. You enter your email address because I'm not showing this to everybody. You at least watch my video on how I plan to 1000x my money. The choice is yours. Make the right choice. Join me. See what a different future you could have. See at least how I intend, how I plan to do the 1000x. So click on the link below, enter your email address, and I see you on the other side. Your Markus Dahn.